Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you guys are doing really well. Welcome to EduTab. Now, this is your lecture number 5 under the series of social security schemes. So, this is a weekly lecture wherein I discuss with you some very important questions from the schemes which are related to the social security component of your UPSC EPFO examination of 2020. I hope you guys are preparing well. ठीक है तो before starting, I would just like to tell you that this video has been recorded from my home. So due to the pandemic going on, we have moved to our homes. We are recording, we are making all the videos from there. So I hope you ignore and cooperate with us if any disturbance is found in the background. Okay. Uh, Before proceeding, see, if you are not aware about the course features of the comprehensive course launched by EduTab for EPFO 2020, I will tell you. We are offering full video course for industrial laws, labor laws, social security and general accounting, these 4 subjects. These industrial laws and labor laws are actually together, so these three subjects are going to be tackled with full video course. Then complete handouts are going to be provided for Indian freedom struggle, Indian polity, Indian economy and science. We will also provide a comprehensive current affairs coverage through the current affairs magazine and the related MCQs for the purpose of practice. Apart from these things, we will also give you 100 sectional tests, 5 full length tests. These will be provided at regular intervals. Then there would be revision classes and live classes also, so as to take your doubts. So yes, the most important thing, early 15 is the coupon code. You can use this code to avail the discount. Coming to question number 1, see, we try to cover important schemes. 4 lectures have already taken place. If you have not seen those lectures, I would recommend you to go back and see. Okay, that will be helpful. So coming to question 1, which of the following campaigns has been launched by the government in the year 2019 with the aim of bringing beneficiaries of PMAY urban into the fold of other central schemes? So this is a typical kind of question asked in UPSC EPFO examination. You have to identify the campaign. The aim has been given. The aim is to bring together the beneficiaries of PMAY. PMAY is what? Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So such acronyms come in the examination, guys. You cannot say that PMAY I do not know. That's okay. I'll be able to mark the answer correctly through the aims. No, you have to know the scheme. So it's Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Now beneficiaries of this scheme are going to be brought into the fold of other schemes. So what is the name of the campaign which has been launched by the government in the year 2019 only? Ujjwala, Angikar, Nishtha or Paramarsh. Guys, Nishtha and Paramarsh scheme, I clearly remember we have covered in our previous lectures. So I hope you will directly eliminate C and D option, because you know that Nishtha and Paramarsh are not related to this aim. Now you will be left with A and B, that is Ujjwala or Angikar. Again, this is a very easy question if you use your logic by eliminating C and D and coming to Ujjwala. What is Ujjwala Yojana? It's a very simple Yojana. It is in news a lot, and I hope you know that it is not related to this particular aim given here. So what is the option left? Option B, that is the correct answer, Angikar. So this is the way you can answer the questions by making use of your limited knowledge. Okay, you do not need to know each and everything, but whatever you know, you should be confident about it. So this way we come to option B, that is Angikar campaign. So Angikar campaign has been launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. This campaign is aimed at bringing the beneficiaries of PMAY urban, okay, not rural, it's urban, into the fold of central schemes like Ujjwala and Ayushman Bharat. So basically to bring social behavior change, so that there is focus by the people on water, energy conservation, waste management, health, tree plantation, all these things, sanitation, hygiene for beneficiaries of the completed houses under PMAY through community mobilization. So basically it's a unique initiative called as Angikar campaign, wherein the beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, they are being brought into the ambit of the other schemes also, so that the same people, if they are in need, can get the benefit of other schemes also. So it's a kind of community mobilization scheme. Moving to next question. Consider the following statements regarding Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. So Angikar we have seen, right, that the beneficiaries of PMAY it is working for. So you must know what is PMAY also. Here is the question. It aims to achieve housing for all by the year 2022. Beneficiaries of this scheme include economically weaker section, low income groups and middle income groups. Third says annual income cap for the beneficiaries is rupees 3 lakh. So these are the three statements given related to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Now the question says identify the incorrect statement or statements using the codes given below. So this is again a type of question which is asked. Okay, these questions have been framed keeping in mind the requirement of the examination. So options, the code says 1 only, 2 only, 3 only, 1 and 2 only. So incorrect statement, which is it? Incorrect is in italics. I always tell you, do not miss this incorrect thing. So for this question you have to know this scheme. Okay, you must have studied it, and if you have not studied it, it's not good, because social security subject you are going through, schemes you know are asked in the examination, and you do not cover Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, then it's not a good sign. But do not worry, we are going to cover it today. The option here incorrect is 3 only. Basically the option C is the answer. So annual income cap for the beneficiaries is not rupees 3 lakh. Okay, rest all two statement 1 and 2 are correct, absolutely correct. So Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban was launched in the year 2015, but the target is to achieve housing for all by the year 2022. This is the target year. So in the course of 7 years it is expected that housing for all the people would be provided through this scheme. And housing we are talking about, so Ministry is Housing and Urban Affairs. And target beneficiaries include EWS, LIGs and MIGs. Now how do you identify? There is a cap to identify EWS, LIGs and MIGs. For that, annual income cap is 3 lakh for EWS. This you must be knowing. In economically weaker section, when even the reservation quota was given. So this term EWS was in news. Then 3 to 6 lakh for low income group and 6 to 18 lakh for middle income group. So these people would be provided housing facilities, subsidy would be provided. The important thing, the clause for this scheme is that beneficiary family should not own a pakka house either in his or her name or in the name of any member of their family in any part of India. So if you do not have a pakka house and you fall in the categories mentioned here, MIGs, LIGs and EWS, then you are eligible to get a house under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Okay, Angikar campaign is associated with this Yojana. Angikar campaign was recently launched in the year 2019. That is why that was important, and that is why this is also important. Okay, taking you to question 3. Acha, I told you in the question first that Paramarsh we have covered, Nishtha we have covered, and Angikar you know now. So today we'll be covering other schemes also which are related to social security. So a very big hint I've dropped already here even before the question, guys. Which of the following scheme aims to safeguard the health of women and children by providing them with a clean cooking fuel? Is it Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, Urban Jyoti Abhiyan, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana, or none of the above? So I think you know the answer. Please say yes. Yes, it is Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, and if you have been following the lectures, then you must have known that we have covered earlier schemes. So I tried to give you a kind of hint that Ujjwala Yojana was the one which was not covered. Like in question 1 it was given, but the question is here because we try to relate these schemes one after the other and cover in the lectures, right? So Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana is the answer here, not Urban Jyoti Abhiyan, neither Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana. These two we will cover aage. Okay. So Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana was launched in the year 2016. Till now, more than 8 crore cylinders have been provided under this Yojana. The interesting thing is the nodal ministry is Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. So sometimes, because Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana is very much related to women, because the connection is given in the name of the women head of the family. So sometimes people get confused that probably this yojana is related to Ministry of Women and Child Development. No, my friends, it is not. It is related to Petroleum Natural Gas Ministry. So basically, to safeguard the health of women and children by providing them with a clean cooking fuel (LPG), this scheme was launched, and it has been running really well. Connections are given in the name of women heads, and monthly installment facility is also provided so that stove and refills etc. can be provided. Then it provides financial support of rupees 1600 for each cooking gas connection to eligible households. So this is again a very very important scheme, Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. Coming to question 4. Which one of the following is the aim of Saubhagya scheme launched by the Government of India in the year 2017? So Saubhagya is not a new scheme, but it is important. That is why you see it is written that it was launched in 2017. But you have to tell the aim of the same. I hope you are getting a lot of knowledge in these lectures. So coming to the aim of Saubhagya, it aims to expeditiously improve the socio-economic status of 117 districts from across all the states. It aims to provide energy access to all by last mile connectivity and electricity connections to all remaining unelectrified households in rural areas. It aims to provide energy access to all by last mile connectivity and electricity connections to all remaining unelectrified households in urban areas, or none of the above. So option B and C, as you can see, the differences of rural areas and urban areas. So if you know this, then you will be able to crack this question. Anyhow, this 117 districts from across the states is not the aim of Saubhagya scheme. If you haven't read these schemes, then you might think that probably Saubhagya is related to improving the socio-economic status, but no, it is not. This is a separate scheme by Niti Aayog, Aspirational Districts Program. Option A is not the answer. Either it is B or C or none of the above. So here the glitch lies: rural areas or urban areas. It is not either or, it is both. So answer is none of the above. Yes, answer could be none of the above. Okay. So launch year was 2017. Ministry of Power is the ministry responsible for the same. And the aim of Saubhagya is to provide energy access to all the unelectrified households in rural as well as urban areas to achieve universal household electrification in the country. So universal household electrification is to be attained through Saubhagya. Saubhagya stands for Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. Okay. So rural and urban, both households would be there which are unelectrified. They would be provided electricity. So high ambitions our government has, right? To provide electricity to all, to provide clean drinking water to all, to provide housing for all. And let's see, we really hope that all these things are achieved. Our country is in dire need of all these things. Coming to question 5, which is the last question of the lecture. Under Saubhagya scheme of the Government of India, the beneficiaries are identified through SCCC 2011, Census 2011, database provided by Niti Aayog, or all of the above. So Saubhagya is related to electricity connections, right? So I think you will by logic remove database provided by Niti Aayog, because to provide electricity to rural and urban households, it's very odd that database would be provided by Niti Aayog. So I can remove this. So either the answer is SCCC or census. So this is a tricky question, because beneficiaries or the targets of the scheme or the aims of the scheme are the most important things. So Saubhagya schemes aims to identify the beneficiaries through SCCC 2011. Okay, socio-economic caste census. So free electricity connections I'm sorry, will be provided through this data, and Subsidy will be provided on equipments like transformers, wires, and meters. This is also important, guys. That subsidy to be provided on what? Equipments, transformers, wires, meters. Power connection is going to be provided in the rural as well as urban areas of the country. That's why both the houses, unelectrified houses, are in the aim of it. So that's it, guys. We have covered few very important schemes. I hope you guys are enjoying the lecture. And if you want to know anything about the course, please drop a mail at hello@edutab.co.in. I would recommend you to visit our website only. Therein you will get to know all the offerings of the course, and you can use the coupon code early15 to avail this discount. So winding up the lecture, guys, I wish you all the very best, and please be safe, stay home, and try not to go out if not required. Okay, so that's it, friends. Winding up the lecture.